Just be out with us to a rainforest farm. We're staying at Chan Chich Rainforest Lodge for 3 nights, and they have their own 3,000-acre farm where they grow their own produce, they grow their own coffee, and make their own honey as well.
So basically, farm to table.
It is amazing, and it is very different as well because we are in the rainforest. So come with us to this rainforest farm tour to learn Chan Chich sustainability way. If you're new to our channel, I'm Irina.
And I'm Devon.
And we're Just Be Out. We create informative travel videos to help you get the most out of your vacation. If you book a discovery package here at Chan Chich, this tour will be included in your package. To get to the farm, you have to be driven in this vehicle. It is 7 miles away from the lodge. So let's get started with our tour. Our guide Chris is so awesome. As we're heading to the farm, he's stopping along the way to show us some wildlife that he can actually spot as he's driving. Galanjag is a really large property, and the farmland is, as I mentioned before, 3,000 square acres. So with so much farmland, it has to be a lot of workers. Here, an agricultural community, families with their kids live right here. All around, and of course kids need to go to school. Well, here at the Galanjag Estate, they have their own elementary school right here, so their kids can go to the school, learn about the basics and also about the agriculture. Right now the kids are on the break, so we can go inside and take a look at the school. We got a little tour of the school. As you walk in, this is a meeting hall. This is where they get books, study, and have any types of meetings. Right here, there is a library. And here they also have a microwave to warm up their lunch, get any type of books. Here, this is only an elementary school, so if they want to go to higher school, they would need to go to nearby villages and live with either friends or relatives to study, and then on the weekends they can go back home. So here they have about 32 children right now from ages 5 to 12. Here is class 1 to 2. It is really cute. And right across they have a room for classes 3 and 4. I love how colorful it is. And they have names on the tables. It is really cute. It is so awesome that Galanjag Estate offers this type of schooling, being that it is so remote and families have to live here to work here. So at least kids have their education here right in the estate. And they do have Wi-Fi here, so kids who own a cell phone, they can use their cell phone to do their research on the phone. And they also have one computer here that they can use for the research. And one more room that they have here is for class 5 and 6. When the kids have their recess or their playtime, they come here and play. It is right in the backyard of the school. If you've been following us for a while, you know we love to speak to locals, to the residents, and everybody we spoke to actually come from this estate or the surrounding area. And I love how locals are really proud of their land, of the agriculture, and of what they are doing here. And all the kids that are raised here, they learn agriculture in this little garden, roots and shoots. So they learn about the nature, the agriculture, and many of them actually become workers here at the Gallon Jug Estate. Good morning, chickies! Here at Gallon Jug, they have their own chicken coop. So these chickens only been used to get fresh eggs for their farm-to-table restaurant at Chan Chich Lodge. So the breakfast eggs that we had today were from these beautiful chickens. The chicken meat itself, Chan Chich sources from the local Mennonite community, so it is still fresh and organic, and they are planning to expand their chickens to slaughter them for their restaurant. And here they also have two different types of ducks. Here at the Gallon Jug Estate, they have their own stables, and they have currently 22 horses, but not all of them are ready to ride. This horse, for example, has been well trained, and they can accommodate up to 6 guests at the time for a horseback ride. And something really cool that they're planning to make, so right above the stables, there are rooms. They're more simple rooms, but what they're going to do is a cowboy weekend experience where you get to come here to the farm. You can come here for a weekend or the entire week for a cowboy or a cowgirl experience. You get to learn a lot of horses, their behavior, a little bit about training and controlling a horse, how to wash and maintain the horse, and how to take care of a horse as well. The rooms right above the stables are more simple, so they are going to be more affordable. Let me know in the comments, would you like a real cowboy experience?
We are here at the sauce plant at the Gallon Jug Estate, and they make some killer hot sauce. Let me show you around and show you how they do this all. So here, I'm gonna give you just a little bit of knowledge about the hot sauces and what they consist of. So as you can see, there's 4 different bottles here. These two are pretty much very hot. They're made with habanero peppers. Now, a lot of you guys, when you think habanero peppers, you might think of the green, long-shaped peppers. Those don't really pack a lot of heat. These bad boys, on the other hand, you bite into one of these, you'll be in a lot of trouble. They are very hot. Now, one thing to know about these peppers, most of the heat is contained in the seeds. Not to say that the outside flesh is not hot, it is, but the seeds is where it packs a lot of punch. And if you know anything about watching our vlogs, you'll know here in Belize, hot sauce pepper is on every table, whether it's at home or at a restaurant, you will find hot sauce. It's like kind of like in the United States when you have ketchup on the table, we have hot sauce, and a lot of people make their own hot sauce as well. So here you notice this hot sauce is yellow. That's because it's made mostly with the habanero peppers the way it is, and of course with other ingredients, but the ingredients are all natural. I can't tell you what the ingredients are, even though I know, because I got the inside scoop, but I'm not going to let you guys know because then we'd have to kill you. We don't want to do that. This one here is the orange habanero, which is what you see here, and it's Maya Fire is the actual name brand of it. And you notice this is different in color. They pack the same punch, but this one, what makes it color this way is because it's roasted. So what they do is they take the habanero and they roast it the same way you would roast a green or a red bell pepper on fire to get that charred taste. Well, that's what this has, and that's the reason why it's brown, because after it's processed and everything, and not processed artificially, but naturally, remember that these are all natural. And because they're all natural, they don't have a long shelf life, so they're constantly rebatching. But the thing is, they don't distribute widely, it's distributed locally, so they could afford to do that, which is really cool. Keeps the product fresh, and it keeps it spicy, which is really cool. So here you have Lisette sweet and spicy, so sugar is what makes this base sweet. but it's also still spicy. And the last one we have is the mango tango. Now this one is really nice and sweet, and you notice it'll say marinade on it. So when I saw this in the supermarket in Belize City, it kind of confused me a little bit, because I thought normally when you see marinade, it's only used on kind of raw chicken or raw meats. You let it sit for a while, then it picks up all that flavor. But what I was told is that it doesn't work just as a marinade. You can actually just have a cooked piece of chicken or meat, and you put this on there, and bam! Mango tango, really good stuff. So I'm going to show you exactly what this facility has, how they kind of put out everything together. Again, I'm not going to show you too much, because this is top secret stuff here, guys. See how we give you the insides. So here, you notice these burners, they got these massive pots. The pots come up to here. Not that high, maybe up to here. And what they do is they take the ingredients, the secret ingredients, and they cook it down, and before they add the pepper base to it, it is absolutely delicious. I had some at the lodge. Now, a lot of the stuff that's made here goes straight to the lodge, as well as other places, but when you come here, then that's when you really get the taste of it and see it in action right on the table. So these are all the burners that gets that done. Here is the bottling process area. They get it all put in the bottles. Over here, you notice these giant labels here. This is what they slap on the bottles. And from here, everything gets boxed and taken to the restaurant or taken to the local supermarkets. And as well, again, I found this in Belize Cities in Brody's, which is one of the biggest supermarkets there. So you'll definitely need to find that. So if you like hot sauce, I highly recommend you give these a try, because they're very, very good. They have a lot of flavor. For me, what makes a hot sauce good is not just heat. I don't want to taste a good piece of meat and then all of a sudden I put the hot sauce on it and then I can't taste anything at all, because then my whole mouth is on fire, which is not enjoyable for me at least. But I like something with a lot of flavor, and these have flavor in them.
We are now at the Gallon Jug Estate Organic Garden. Here they grow everything for Chan Chich restaurant, for their farm to table eatery. They have some organic beets, cilantro, mint, spinach, cauliflower, cabbage, peppers, and so much more. And you can taste the freshness in the ingredients in their dishes. Can you guess where I'm standing right now? I'm actually on the airstrip, Gallon Jug's private airstrip. There are 3 types of airlines that come here: Maya Air, Tropic Air, and Javier's. Or maybe if you arrange any type of other private flights, they would land here. And the planes land right here in the airstrip, and it is right in the middle of the estate. And I'm standing on the runway. So if you decide to come to Chan Chich by air, one thing you need to know: if it's overcast or rainy, or the runway might get slippery, and sometimes flights do get canceled. So if you come here by plane, Chan Chich will arrange a shuttle for you. They will pick you up from the estates and bring you over to the lodge. Another way to get to Chan Chich is by driving. One thing you need to know about driving: you will have to go through a lot of private roads, and you will have to get a permit. And it takes a week to get a permit. So if you decide to rent a car in Belize City and drive over here, keep that in mind. And also, since there are private roads, there is really no signs there, no maps. Chan Chich will provide you with the map, but it is pretty challenging, I think, to get there, because we were picked up by their shuttle. This is the 3rd way to get to Chan Chich, and I think it is the best way, because you don't need to think about driving, where to turn, and you do not need to think about getting lost here in the acres and acres of farming. The drive takes about 3 hours to get here, but it is the most reliable way, because if the flights get canceled, you would need to quickly find another means to get here. So we highly recommend to book a shuttle through Chan Chich, and they will come from Chan Chich to Belize City to pick you up and then bring you back. And now we are heading to their coffee plantation. and the coffee processing center. Just be out with us. Here at the Gallon Jug Estate, they have their own carpentry shop. This is where all the furniture come from to the lodge. And remember, they do not cut trees. They wait for the trees to naturally fall down, or due to the rain, maybe the storm, and then they will make furniture out of it to furnish the lodge. Here are some bed frames that will be used for the workers. Again, workers live here in the estates, and they are being provided housing, water, and they only need to buy their own food. And here at the carpentry shop, they also make housing for their bees. Just stay tuned with us and we will take you there shortly. If you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to click like and subscribe to our channel for more Belize videos. The Gallon Jug Estate grow and process and roast their own coffee. This massive bag of coffee contains coffee beans, but they have not been roasted as yet. Right now, what you see is a coffee bean in a shell. You see how it's a little beige color? So they deshell it. Once they deshell it, it turns into this little coffee bean. You see the difference in size? And over here, they also roast the coffee. There are two roasting machines behind me. They roast the whole bean, and after roasting, they cool it down and they ground it here. The Gallon Jug Estate only distribute coffee within Belize to local supermarkets and local communities. They make just Belizean coffee, and they also make a blend, Guatemalan and Belizean coffee. After it's been grounded, they package it by hand over here. So here's the lady sealing the bags, and this is what you get. This is what you purchase. The Gallon Jug Estate produce their own honey. The beehives you see right behind me, these are the only beehives they have at the moment, but they are planning to expand. And I had their honey this morning and it was delicious, perfect with pancakes, and they also use it for sauces. This tour was awesome. We surely learned a lot about the Belizean ways and the jungle's ways of sustainability and farming.
And as you can see, it actually started downpouring as soon as we concluded this tour. But of course, we are in the rainforest, and this is what happens in the rainforest.
This
it
is
rains.
to be expected.
Yes.
This tour normally lasts for about 2 to 2.5 hours. And if you did not purchase the Discovery package, you can arrange the tour for $20, $20 US per person per hour. And the length would really depend on you. We love to speak to the workers, and our tour was actually almost 5 hours. So it is really up to you. How long do you want to spend out there, and how much more do you want to learn?
Yes. And of course, as always, the guys here at Chan Chich is very knowledgeable, and he told us about everything we needed to know, certain things. And again, me being born in Belize, I had no idea about certain fruits that I grew up on as a kid. I never saw what the tree really looks like, because living in the city, obviously it's harvested out here in the farmland, and then it's brought into the city and we consume it there. So I never really see where it actually originates from. So it was really eye-opening to see all that stuff, and very educational.
And our guide, as he was driving, he's really passionate about birds, and he is on the lookout for all the birds.
At all times.
At all times, he was driving and he would stop all of a sudden and point at certain bird and tell us more information about that bird. So it was really awesome. Thank you, Chris, for doing this awesome tour for us. And we also thank Chan Chich for hosting us and organizing this tour for us. And we thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like, and as usual, just be out with us.
Cheese!